What's in a name? More than most people realize. The man the world knows as Vin Diesel was born Mark Sinclair. The talent was always there, but the name changed the vibration. In numerology, a name is not just identity, it is frequency, direction, destiny, in motion. In the Chaldean lineage, names are living energies. Each letter carries sound, each compound carries karma, and together they shape success, struggle, and recognition. Today, we explore Chaldean numerology, names, compounds, and destiny, and why what you are called can quietly decide how life responds to you.
You must refer Pythagorean and Chaldean system, the Chaldean system for name analysis, widely used in the Western world. It analyzes name and date of birth, assigning numbers from 1 to 9 to letters, like 1, A1, B2, C3, likewise, right? Z is 8, right? So 1 is for creative powers. Which are the letters? A, J, S. If you use these letters, then you are emphasizing on creative powers. Then 2, B, K, T is diplomacy or tact. C, number 3, CLU, expression. If somebody wanted to express themselves better, you can suggest 3. 4 is expansion and intellect. 5, changes, go-getter, motherly, homely, because 6 itself has the same characteristics. 7 is spiritual. 8, money, growth. 9, art and literature. So accordingly you can advise any correction in the name, but do analyze more than once so that before you advise to your client. Now how about Chaldean system? Again, Chaldean system also have the same the name conversion from alphabet to numbers. You follow the table and follow the number meaning, and accordingly you can suggest which number, which alphabet they should definitely get into, for the adjustment of the name. So Chaldean, you first interpret the compound number before reducing it. That is very important. You must consider the compound number before you reducing in the Chaldean name. So first name. The first name holds central importance in numerology, capturing an individual's core essence. It reflects primary characteristics, personality, and natural tendencies. Middle name. When a middle name exists, it enriches the traits signified by the first name. The middle name reveals subtle aspects of the personality, right? Often uncovering hidden strengths or qualities that may not immediately apparent, right? How about last name? The last name or surname represents family heritage. All the qualities are being inherited from the family tree, collective energy of one's lineage. So although it holds less individual influence than the first name, the last name proves essential for understanding inherited traits. This is very important. Family strength and challenges. So the John, as an example, adds to 20. You interpret the number 20, diplomacy, partnership, waiting, and then reduce to it to 2 for a secondary meaning. So for Chaldean, the compound number is important. Chaldean prediction and reflection. How? So the name rectification workflow. Let's see. First you must analyze. Calculate the Chaldean value of the current full name. Very important. And compare. Check this against the person's birth name, day of month. Check this against the person's birth number, day of the month, right? Is it harmonious? Check the compatible check the compatibility table. A birth number 1 as an example, leadership with a name total of 20/2 weighting might be frustrating, right? Then you identify, pinpoint difficult compounds as an example 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 19. Then the steps of proposal. Create at least 2 to 3 name vibrations that change the challenging compound to a supportive one, changing 14 to 15 as an example or 16, while also aligning with the person's goal. This is very important, what the person wanted to do with the new name. Okay, very important. The goal is important. How about Solarge number and consonant number? Right? So Solarge derived from the value of the vowels. This number reveals core desires, passion and motivations. The Solarge number will help uncover what drives a person at the deepest level and how it shapes their goals and aspirations. Whereas consonant total, consonants define physical strengths and attributes tied to the body. Calculating the consonants total provide insights into the tangible external aspects such as physical, reliance and outward expressions of a personality. So consonants are very important, which we call as name personality also. Name personality. Okay, consonants are also called as name personality. Then finally, the full name, which combines vowels and consonants, provides a complete view of an individual's life path, intellect and destiny. This holistic perspective allows students to grasp the balance between internal motivations and external expression. Very important, internal motivation and external expressions, providing a clear understanding of the life journey and intellectual abilities each individual embodies. Very important, full name. You must analyze the full name. So how do you calculate a name first of all, right? How do you create the chart? First, so let's take the name Chaldean numerology itself. After assigning a number to each letter in the first name, middle name and last name, the next step involves adding all the digits and subsequently reducing them to a single digit. So now first you create the first step for the first name, for the last name or the middle name. Likewise, right? You assign the letter to each number, right? So once you assign, then the next step what you have to do is to add all numbers, right? So how do you add all numbers? So Chaldean method has been producing very accurate results in all aspects of Cairo. Could predict very accurately with this method. In my experience too, this method is turning out to be very accurate. Okay, so if you read the Cairo's book, he has also mentioned. So let's get into and see how, right? So first of all, first name, then you reduce number. So first name is 351 354515, and all together you get 27. Why 2-digit number? Because that's the compound. From the 27 we get the 9. Remember, from 27 we get the 9. So now what you have to do next is take the last name number and then add all the numbers and reduce. We are getting 43. That reduced to number 7. Then first name and last name add together. What is the number you get for the first name? 9. What is the number you get from the last name? 7. 9 plus 7, 16. Then you get 7. So Chaldean numerology has a number 7. Okay, which is reduced. So you can say 16 by 7. So 16 is a spiritual number, we know. It's a karmic number, but it's a spiritual number, highly spiritual. So the Chaldean numerology has come from the compound number 16. Likewise, you have to explain. Now let's let's see the meaning of each number, right? 1. If someone's name comes to be 1, possesses notable characteristics, embodying significant power and independence. It symbolizes origins, and creative forces, demonstrating the ability to rebound strongly from the setbacks. See how strong this number is, right? Number 2 holds the distinction of being the most fragile among all numbers, contributing to the fluctuations in one's life. So those numbers coming to be 2, they do have fluctuations in life. Its characteristics highlight a tendency towards indecisiveness, making it unsuitable for serious endeavors. Very important. Number 3 signifies progress and expansion, making it exceptionally favorable from various perspectives. Associated with mortality, spirituality, and religion, it is considered the source of all positive aspects in one's life. Okay, 3 is very auspicious number. Number 4, regarded as the second most unfortunate number after 8 or 4, right, is non-materialistic and finds its strength in service-oriented pursuits. It excels in straightforward dealings and is recognized for its reliability. They are very reliable, 8 and 4. Okay, but they do have a lot of lessons to learn through this life. Number 5, renowned for its high intelligence, stewardness, and diplomatic prowess, right? And diplomatic prowess. This number demands careful consideration. Remember, it is the most deceitful and opportunistic, possessing, unparalleled flexibility and tact in attracting people. Very important. Attractive people. They attract people. So that's what number 5 is, change. So attract people. Number 6, emanating beauty and attraction. The beauty world. No other number rivals the aesthetic qualities of 6. It holds an inherent magnetic power, standing second only to number 5 in its ability to draw people in. Right? Number 6 also could draw people. Number 7, referred for the novel and foreign. This number exudes a philosophical aura in all its pursuits, often considered the most mysterious number. It combines a taste for new with business acumen. 8, operates in extremes, leading to either success or failures with no middle ground. Unfortunately, it is commonly misunderstood and not properly comprehended. This number is not easily understood. Number 9, characterized by traits of domination, control, degeneration, and destruction. It tends to gravitate toward accidents and quarrels, displaying a consistent inclination of confrontation. Right? So number 9, whosoever name number is number 9, they should stay away from quarrels and then confrontation. Very important. How about growth number? And what is a growth number first of all? Whatever the total you find from the first name, that is called your growth number. The first name total is your growth number. If someone has growth number 1, progress and growth can be seen in self-expression and creativity. Then growth number 2, growth and improvement are visible in connections with others. Right? See how the same name, same number changes the meaning as when you apply, where you apply. Growth. Number 3, creativity appears to be a source of growth and advancement. And your growth number 4, fear and security are manifestations of growth and progress. Right? How about growth number 6? In situations of love, there is growth and advancements. See? Growth number 7, there appears to be mystical spiritual insight in the growth and advancements. Growth number 8, progress expansion can be seen in the management of money and power. Growth number 9, compassion, forgiveness demonstrate growth and progress. See? How about growth number 11? Development progress through impairing spiritual truth and harmonizing energy. Very important. And growth number 22, development progress happens through intuition and the application of universal principles. Very important. They are very highly spiritual, the number 22. Now let's talk about expression number. Expression number, the expression number is the numerical vibration of full birth. Very important. Okay. So it defines your destiny number or talent number also. It is calculating by assigning numerical values. It is calculating by assigning numerical values to letters, adding them together and reducing total. Also it could be master number of 11, 22 or 33. So what about expression number 1, right? Individuals with expression number 1 possess independence, ambition, determination and leadership. Very important. Also, boredom with routine can trigger impulsive actions, sometimes appearing self-centered and or egoistic. Self-control, discipline and balanced action is essential for their long-term success. That's for expression number 1. Very important. That's for expression number 1 that you need to memorize and advise to your client accordingly. How about expression number 2? The expression number 2, reflects deep ability to understand people. They understand people and develop spiritual awareness. Peacemakers and mediators. They appear to be peacemakers and mediators. They can handle sensitive and challenging situations very well. They often lead by examples, empathy and balance, and cooperation. Teaching, social work, philosophy and advisory roles, supports them. With a strong spiritual inclination, they are drawn, more toward ideal and meaning than material wealth. They do not always go behind material wealth. That's the for number 2, expression number 2. How about number 3? Expression number 3, they are very creative people. Creativity, optimism and inspiration and a strong love for life. They love their own life. Also uplift others. They love to uplift others. They are drawn to writing, speaking, singing, acting and teaching as well. So expression number 3, they are focused to friendships also. They are social in nature. Genuine connection. They love genuine connections and true friendships. They love true friendships, not fake. That's the quality of number 3. Expression number 4, they are order, service and structured management. They love all these words as an example. Known for their patience and thoroughness are good qualities of expression number 4. Individuals with this number excel in building, engineering and craftsmanship, planning, organization and discipline and follow through are their own qualities. With high standards, they may feel disappointed by those who lack responsibility. They thrive alongside practical, ethical individuals who value their hard work, right? And service to others. They love to service others, provide service to the society. If they do this, this is good for them. Expression number 5, Okay, they are versatile, adaptable, love change, okay, and progressive thinking. Multitasking and abilities, they do have multitasking abilities as well, and excellent communication skills. Advertising, sales, and entertainment jobs are suitable for them. The talent for presenting ideas, interpersonal interaction drives success. Very important. Okay, but managing restlessness, that they need to focus through. It's essential to maintain focus, commitment, and success in long-term projects. Okay, so restlessness is their core setback. They must focus to maintain their restlessness. Expression 6. Expression 6 responsibility, love and balance, finding fulfillment in service-oriented and caring roles. They are naturally drawn to supporting the elderly, children and sick and underprivileged people. That's their focus, that's their quality, that's their everything, right? So they love family bondings and harmonious home life though, okay? Often nurturing and dependable, they excel as parents and thrive medicine, social work, education, spiritual roles, and home related professions. How about expression number 7? Expression number 7 are analytical, introspective, and naturally deep thinkers. Often perceived as private or solitary. Often perceived as private and solitary. They excel as specialists in chosen fields though. If they choose a very analytical fields, they will do well. They prefer independent work, not in a group. Okay, and their own pace. They love to maintain their own pace because they get into deep analysis. But they might find emotional expression challenging. Okay. A strong perfectionist strict and a social rational mindset shape how they approach their decision. So logical rational mindset shapes how they approach their life. That is how the 7 expression is. Expression number 8, most talked numbers in China, right? Expression 8 is strongly connected to material success, financial security, making individual ambitious and goal oriented. They possess strong abilities in planning, management, and project completion though. Okay. However, their intense determination must be balanced. Balance is the key. It could sometimes be perceived as stubbornness and greedy. That is what others might perceive a expression number 8. How about expression number 9? Expression number 9 represents compassion, service, and sensitivity to others' needs. Individuals with this number excel as inspiring others and working collaboratively. Their creativity, imagination, and artistic nature are strong strengths and friendships, right? That plays the vital role. However, they must guard against self-centeredness. Okay, personal ambitions overshadow the greater good. Personal ambitions overshadow the greater good. Sometimes they become greedy or self-centered. That's their challenge. True fulfillment comes from balancing personal growth with a deep commitment to the well-being of others. When they start to think about well-being of others, the real growth comes through their way. How about master expression numbers? There are 2 master expression number, 11, which is 2 also, inspire, uplift and awaken others. They are meant for that. Fulfilling their true destiny requires overcoming self-doubt, reluctance to step into visibility. They like to be in isolation though, but they wanted to do bigger things. Expression number, master number 22 is driven by, the service of society. Service of society, working on large scale meaningful projects. Large scale meaningful projects. They manifest spiritual principles through practical action, creating lasting impact in the material world. They make a greater impact in the material world. Name personality number. The numbers corresponding to the total consonant of your birth name, that's your name personality number. The best way to think about name personality number is equate with your first impression what you make in public, because it allows you to see your others, it allows to see yourself as others see you. You should use person's first name. You should use the person's first and last name as they appear on the birth certificate. Very important. That's the name personality number. Personality number, name personality number 1, dynamism, efficiency, self-control and capability, right? The pioneers possessing a unique approach. Okay. However, it is important to mindful their actions to prevent potential misunderstanding as excessive aggressions or intimidation. That's all about personality number 1, which is your the consonants of your name. Personality number 2, they are friendly, approachable, warm presence, patience, understanding and take care in their personal appearance through thoughtful dressing and grooming. They love to stay good looking or groomed all the time. Personality number 3, attractive, right? Possesses a strong appreciation for finer things like clothing and jewelry, right? Clothing and jewelry, okay? Clothing and jewelry. Now, known for being uplifting, inspiring and charming. They are enjoyable companions though. However, building deep and lasting relationship with personality number 3, individuals usually require additional effort because they are knowledgeable, right? So you need additional effort to stay in relation with them. Personality number 4, reliability, consistency and implicit trust from others and providing a sense of security. That's what their definition. They are careful spenders, focused on ensuring stability of their future. They love to look through stability, right? Deep patriotic, they often play significant roles within their communities. Personality number 5. Personality number 5 are dynamic and engaging, brimming with nervous energy. They approach life as continuous adventure and often athletically inclined. However, a potential downside is their inclination towards indulgence in sensory pleasures such as food, alcohol, drugs and sex. Indulgence in sensory pleasures such as food, alcohol, drugs and sex, often doing so in excess. That is what their mantra. They should they should maintain not to be excess of anything. Personality number 7. So personality number 7 are characterized by their understanding, compassion also. They possess artistic, romantic and faithful qualities along with a keen sense of color and taste. Okay? Valuing peace, harmony, personality number 6 individuals may often prioritize well-being of others than their own needs. They place others than their own needs. That's their quality. Personality number 7. Personality number 7 are often perceived as mysterious, unique, making it challenging to truly understand. Okay. It's very difficult to understand personality number 7 or a life path number 7. Highly independent and self-sufficient. They radiate confidence, wisdom and sense of spirituality. It is important to exercise caution, not to offend others. Personality number 8. Personality number 8 are perceived as strong, powerful and notably confident. They prioritize quality which is reflected in their attire itself. However, on downside, personality 8 individually. However, on the downside, personality 8 individuals may display egocentric tendencies and exhibit greedy, ruthless behavior because they are very dominant also at times, because they are materialistic and they are very managerial capability, so they might appear as greedy, ruthless at times. Personality number 9. Personality number 9 are known for their elegant grace and charisma. However, these qualities may sometimes give the impression that they consider themselves superior. Well suited for group settings, personality number 9 individuals often excel as performers. Additionally, they exhibit traits of sympathy, compassion and benevolence. That's the qualities of personality number 9. Again, to get your personality number, name personality number, take all the consonant, add together and get the single digit number. Master personality numbers. Master number 11 individuals are sensitive, intuitive and often shy, known for their gentle and warm nature. They value peace, harmony, demonstrating passions and understanding. They also possess a fine sense of beauty, excellent taste in food, clothing and home decor. Master number 22 are characterized as intelligent, sensitive and creative. Viewed as reliable and dependable, they prioritize correctness, control and consistency as well as family life. They do a lot of things, right? All the master numbers. Patriotism also. Their overarching goal often revolves around creating and being involved in endeavors with lasting importance of significance. So master numbers are always different. They do many things together, bigger things in fact. Okay, so these are the master personality numbers qualities.
Now let's talk about Solarge number. The Solarge number is a valuable tool in business world. Solarge numbers helps you to understand someone's inner motivations. Allowing managers to apply so-called tailored techniques to bring out their best performance. So if you are a manager, if you are working in a corporate world, by looking at someone's name and their Solarge number, which are specifically the vowels of the name's total,
you can understand what the internal desires for individuals, and then you can align, right? So calculating the soul urge number, only the vowels A, E, I, O, U. However, Y is included only if it is the only vowel in the name or first letter and not followed by another vowel, right? So this is the another rule. This is the another rule you can apply if there is only single Y in the name or are not followed by any other vowel, right? And it is the first letter as an example. Then Y is also a vowel apart from A, E, I, O, U. So remember, soul urge number is calculated by using all the vowels from the name, and it is to find out someone's inner motivation. Okay, soul urge number 1, aligns with individuals who aspire to take charge. See, as we mentioned, all the numbers have the same quality, but the way you explain the number when it appears in different life aspects, right? You have to, like, now number 1 is independent, but when the soul urge number is number 1, then you can say they like to take charge and be perceived as in control. Key traits include headstrong, ambitious, and independent, right? Because of their strong leadership drive, they may not readily embrace committee or team roles. See how different. So they are all remains the independence. Independent. They remain independent, but now, when as it appears the soul urge number in number as a 1, the way you explain is different. In romance, they draw to independent partners, but difficulty in letting their guard down can make them appear distant or aloof. Okay, so that's someone's soul urge number is 1. Okay, headstrong, ambitious, independent, leadership drive. Okay, they do not like to be part of committee or team, but they wanted to roll the team. They wanted to rule. They wanted to rule the team itself. They wanted to manage the team. That's the qualities of soul urge number 1. How about soul urge number 2? Soul urge number 2 is marked by deep desire for peace, harmony, avoiding conflict whenever possible. They possess the ability to understand multiple perspectives. Make a note, multiple perspectives, because they love to be, mediator as an example, and communicate supportively, making them effective, mediators or negotiators. Okay, that's for soul urge number. So let's talk about soul urge number 3. So soul urge number 3 is common among individuals who cherish life, and enjoy spreading joy and encouragement. Okay, they feel most fulfilled when using their creative talents to bring happiness to others, right? So that is what their inner quality. The greatest joy also comes from social interactions. However, in romance they may appear flirtatious and and seek fun-loving partners who share their spirit. So flattering is not really they mean, but they appear flirtatious, right? And seek fun-loving partners. Remember. How about soul urge number 4? Individuals with soul urge number 4 possess highly practical nature, right? Approaching tasks in an organized and methodical, manner. They are reliable. They plan a lot and feel most secure and feel most secure when their financial and professional matters are well ordered. Romantic relationship, they prefer to keep things under control and often resist spontaneous outings, okay, because they might be more structured and like to plan for everything. Spontaneity is not their inner wish or inner character though. How about solar number 5? Solar number 5 exhibit strong passion for travel, change. They thrive freedom, routine, and practicability, right? So they thrive on freedom, avoiding routine and predictability. They love freedom, but they avoid routine and predictability, okay, because they are spontaneous. They do quick things. In romance, they are drawn to variety and possess a sensual nature. Okay, this is the solar number 5. Solar number 6. Individuals with solar number 6 are marked by protectiveness and a natural and nurturing nature. They display understanding, loyalty, and affection, forming deep commitments to people or causes. They find fulfillment, in being needed, appreciated, and also value home life. In romance, they prioritize commitment and seek to build a stable family life through marriage. The nature of 6 itself is like that they are homely, family oriented. So that's what they always, the solar number 6, whosoever solar number 6, they love stable family life through marriage. About solar number 7, okay, individual solar number 7 prioritize peace, okay, peace and solitude above all else, right? So they are reserved, introverted, preferring solitude over socializing. In romance, they are among the least likely to be married. Please remember, okay. So they are among the least, among the all other numbers, they are least likely to marry. If they do, they often find compatibility with others who share similar solar number. That's very important point, okay. Similar solar number 7, very specific to number 7. Our number 8, okay. So 8s are driven by desire to be in control because they are authoritative, right? Okay, they are not naturally inclined toward emotional matters, preferring practical and business focused tasks. Okay, they are attracted to strong, capable, and ambitious, partners. So they may not devote significant time to romantic pursuits because they are behind a bigger goal. That's their goal, and they might not really appreciate or get into romantic activities. Let's talk quickly about solar number 9. Solar number 9 are considered the most compassionate, of all soul numbers. Idealistic nature, creating a positive impact in the world. They experience true fulfillment through meaningful service, make a note, meaningful service, betterment of the society. In romantic matters, solar number 9 individuals are known for their intense love, deep emotion, and strongly romantic nature. I hope you can understand that's the last solar number. However, within Pythagorean system, we consider solar number 9. However, in Chaldean system, we do not have 9. Okay, so this is a blend of both Chaldean and Pythagorean system. So there are master numbers in solars also. So 11 by 22. Okay, they are very intuitive in nature. Okay, intuition and they're often seen as old souls, okay, due to their deep wisdom. In romantic relationships, they are eager to please their partners and are typically, sweet and gentle. Master soul urge number like 22, 22 by 4, 22 by 4. So master soul urge number 22 carry a strong desire to make a positive and tangible contribution to humanity. They are deeply committed and spiritual. The capacity to transformative change for the benefit of others. They approach relationship cautiously, seeking a practical goal-oriented partner. Practical goal-oriented partner. Okay, practical goal-oriented partner. Look, see. So that's what. So these are the soul urge number, which is inner motivation. Okay, I hope you can understand soul urge number, how to calculate and how to interpret each soul urge number. So after soul urge, there is another number called as a maturity number. Okay, so the final core number in the numerology profile is the maturity number. It reveals how qualities developed throughout life can be used for greater good of society and indicate the potential for a meaningful, satisfying and happy life later parts, after 40, remember, after 40, okay, 40 plus. So the energy of this number typically becomes more noticeable around midlife, right? Alongside deeper self-understanding. Maturity number is calculated by adding both, expression number plus life path number. That's your maturity number. Expression number and life path number, adding both together, getting a single digit number, that's your maturity. So about maturity number 1, okay, leadership, okay, often taking initiative and creating plans, They may be perceived as inflexible, making them challenging to deal with. In later years, they strive to preserve, independence and self-sufficiency. That's the maturity, because you see, earlier age, they are inflexible. Whereas later part of their life, they become independent and self-sufficient, right? They become self-sufficient. That's the maturity number 1. How about maturity? How about maturity number 2? Supportive people. They appear to be supportive, but must learn reciprocity for relationship success. Cultivating artistic talents early is essential to avoid greater regret, okay, later. Remember, to avoid regret later. Harmony is vital for happiness, okay. So in later years, what happens, maturity number 2, individuals tend to share their lives with others rather than live alone, because they always love to collaborate. That is their maturity, okay, that's their maturity. How about maturity number 3? Okay, active imagination and creative expression. They find happiness through frequent use of these gifts, okay. So active imagination, creative expression, very important for maturity number 3. Can lead to depression also sometimes, okay. If they suppress this activeness and creativity, they may lead to depression. In later years, they look forward for spending time with friends and engaging in creative pursuits. Again, going back to the same creativity, right? Because the number 3, the quality is this: wherever it appears, it will bring that creativity. Okay, let's talk about maturity number 4 quickly. So individuals learn the value of hard work and discipline early in life and carry these lessons into later years. Okay, very important. They are driven to create or contribute lasting value to society, right? Create values for society. That's the 4, because it's a structure, right? It's a structure. That is the reason they create lasting values, or they should create lasting values and contribute for the society development. Key traits include strong organizational skills, building ability, strategic planning, and a commitment to community development. See, again, commitment to community development, right? So if you take a square, that's the 4 side of it, right? So it's a very strong foundation. So they should always focus on building the society, helping others. That's the core theme of maturity number 4, and they develop over a period of time after 45. Okay, that's about maturity number 4. How about maturity number 5? Okay, individuals experience life constant change driven by natural curiosity, right? The journey may feel confusing, but with maturity they learn to extract lessons from every experience. You can see they learn lessons from their own experience. Okay, so maturity number 5 brings opportunities for extensive travel and expanded freedom. That remains the same, the core quality of number 5, right? Extensive travel. How about maturity number 6? Okay, welfare of others, fairness, goodness, and family life. They maintain a healthy balance, between giving and receiving, creating a warm and welcoming home. In later years, maturity number 6 brings happiness, contentment, and strong family-centered life. They always like to be centered family. Okay, that is the core theme of number 6. Very important. Make a note. Okay, number 6, family-centered life. How about maturity number 7? So unique way, their life has a unique way, often marching to the beat of different drummer. Okay, because they do many things, right? So that's what we call them like that. They value solitude and prefer focusing on one pursuit at a time, later part, right? Okay, as they mature, okay, maturity number 7 individuals are sought after their wisdom and guidance. Wisdom and guidance is very important for them. They develop both wisdom and guidance. Being a guide for others. Okay, they develop over a period of time as they become mature. Okay, over times. How about 8? Okay, material and spiritual aspects of life. They balance both, because see, 8 is like that. We like this 8. So that's what they balance both material and the spiritual aspect with a strong ability to see big picture. They always like to see big picture. They naturally step into leadership roles, right? Applying effective organizational skills. In later years, maturity number 8 continues to express itself through direction, authority, and leadership. Okay, that's the maturity number 8. Okay, direction, authority, and leadership. That's their quality they develop over time as they mature. How about maturity number 9? Okay, often face a challenge filled with challenges. Okay. Often face life filled with challenges, especially in learning how to best use their compassion and humanitarian gifts, right? Later years, maturity number 9 express itself through service, wisdom, and meaningful contribution to the world. Meaningful contribution to the world. That is very important. Meaningful contribution to the world. So that's the maturity number 9. So we have master maturity number. So master maturity number 11 are deeply self-aware and often display wisdom beyond their years, right? So they become mature very early in their life though, 11 and 22. However, in later life they are drawn towards spiritual growth, health and nutrition, focused pursuits. That's the maturity number 11, because 11 itself get mature quite early in life, but they become more spiritual and their growth comes from spiritual, that is called spiritual growth itself, health and nutrition focused pursuits, so that they teach world how to stay healthy, happy through spiritual pursuits. 22 are trusted to make things happen, showing strong leadership abilities and confidence in handling challenges. In later years, they remain active and grounded, balancing relationships, work, health, and inner peace. They are more focused to inner peace as well, the level number 22. Okay, number 22. So maturity number 22 and maturity number 11 are little different, okay, than other two numbers. The most important for maturity number 11, spiritual growth, health and nutrition focus, right? Whereas maturity number 22, leadership abilities, active and grounded, relationship, works, health and inner peace. That's the maturity number 22. So as we conclude this module, please get into some practicals, take a lot of examples and go through, realize, understand all these different aspects that you have learned. Okay, what you can do is you can take 10 real or sample name, calculate Pythagorean total, calculate even Chaldean totals, identify all key compounds numbers, classify as karmic, mixed or fortunate number, karmic, mixed and fortunate number, and then continue review each and every aspect, what is maturity number, what is expression number, and do lot of analysis by yourself, otherwise it will be very difficult to remember everything. So again, for name correction, please, take 10 names, select 3 cases with karmic compounds, and propose a minor correction if you think or if you analyze accordingly. Write a rational explanation, very important. Predict psychological and social outcome, not guaranteed destiny. Do not guarantee anything. This is paramount, because if you keep on guaranteeing everything to every client, then you will not be having a balance of what use the numerology for, because everybody has to learn their lesson. So be mindful about what you guarantee through your analysis result. Let's talk through some of the ethical guidance or framework rather, as you continue to deal with real world people. Informed consent. Okay, you take their consent that you are analyzing, taking their sensitive information and doing some analysis. Non-deterministic language, you use non-deterministic language. Psychological safety, do not disturb someone's mind. Psychological safety. Trial-based interactions. First, trial-based interventions, right? Trial-based. So first you select 1 or 2 aspects, analyze and see if it works. If they agree on, then proceed further, right? If they deny, then there is no point. Keep on analyzing and sharing your thoughts. Respect for culture, law, and identity. Very important things that we say. Age, location. Very important. Age and location is very important, and the religion, from where they come from, right? So their age, do they accept everything based on their religion, beliefs, and all, right? So this is very important when you deal with individual and understand their age, location, from where they come, what is their background, whatever you are saying, whether they are open to accept or not. Predicting deaths, disasters, or fear outcomes. Avoid all these things. This is nothing. We never should talk about all this. Forcing legal name change. Okay, hardcore you avoid, because changing the names through legal, it will be very difficult. It's not that easy. Replacing medical or psychological care with numerology. This is no. Never you should do all this. Okay, you should never try replace medical treatment with your psychological or numerology. That should go alongside, which is fine, to balance the life in a better way.